All right, what's up, familia? Welcome inside the pad. Hope you guys are doing good. Keep it between the lines. Got your load secure. All right, I'm getting ready to go to the National Boxing Hall of Fame. No, I'm not being inducted in there, but I'm just going there to check it out. And it's very, very dress attire. So we got to look good. We got to look right. So it's time to tie a tie. It's been a long time since I've done this, but I come across a lot of autos that don't know how to tie a tie. All right. And that sucks, Holmes. Okay, that's a sad thing, man. You didn't have anybody to teach you. Don't trip. Let's go ahead and let's do it. All right, let's go ahead and let's get it done. Stop wearing the clip-on ties. Stop doing that loop 1, 2 over. That I cannot tell you enough how unprofessional that looks. Stop doing that. Stop doing the 1, 2 over. That looks very, very trashy. All right. And then you could there's those ties that you buy that they're already like kind of done where you just get like that and just pull in and zip it up. You know, those look all right, but then again, I just want to go ahead and tell you, Holmes, your lady's looking at you. All right. Wherever you go, they see the little rope behind. They see that you didn't tie a tie that it lets everybody know that you don't know how to tie a tie. So understand, Holmes. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get this done. All right, so I got my collar up. All right, just so you guys can see a little bit better. Okay, so we're gonna go through 3 different stages of tying the tie. The first one is the single Windsor, or some may call it half Windsor. All right, so let's go ahead and let's do this. So the small guy, you're never gonna move him until it's time to pull it down, so it could choke you up. All right. It's always going to be this one. Now, you know, the longer you have the little guy, the shorter the tie is going to be. All right. So let's go ahead. And I'm going to keep everything very, very loose because I got to undo the tie and then retie it. So, you know, if it doesn't look super duper tight, that's because I got to keep on untying it and doing it again. Okay. So little guy's always going to go on the bottom. All right. Again, there's a single Windsor, right? Cross it over on top. Come around, come up and in. Okay, so it should look like that. Now, again, the little guy, you don't move. Now, you come across and you're going to cover. See all this right here? It should look like that. You go ahead and cover it. Now, so a lot of people are going to say like, hey, put a finger right here. Yeah, you could do that. You could do that because basically this big old end here is going to go through there. So you're going to come across, cover everything, come up, and go in right through there. Right there. Again, I'm keeping everything very loose because I got to undo the tie to show you guys the other steps. Okay, but there you guys go. Goes right through there. And there, now you could pull on the smaller one to choke you up. Pull down on the big side just to tighten it up. And just make all the proper adjustments. You know, just make all the proper adjustments. I'm not going to be doing all that. But just make the proper adjustments and put the collar down. And boom, that's it. That's a single Windsor. This is simple. See how it's just kind of small? That's simple. That's for like if you're gonna go partying or you're gonna go to a concert where you're gonna be hitting the dance floor where you just kind of want to loosen up the tie a little bit. Something very simple, things of that nature. You're going to a quinceañera, whatever it is. Okay, that's very small, you're gonna be active, you're gonna be moving around a lot, whatever, you know, partying, whatever. Okay. Keep it to a single Windsor. All right, something very simple, something that you could just kind of, you know, loosen up very quick. Something simple like that. That is the single Windsor. So if that was a way to like go party, because you're going to be on the dance floor trying to impress hyenas with your moves and all of that, which you probably don't have any, but nonetheless, you know how to tie a tie. There you go. That's the impressive part, right? All right. What about when you're going out for like business? What about when you're going out for, you know, for a job, man, a job interview that requires you to tie your tie, or you're going out to a dinner, you know, where it's very dress attire and formal and you gotta throw on a tie. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get to that. You use a single Windsor to that. People that know about tying ties, all right, men that know about tying ties are going to look at you use a single Windsor and they're going to be like, damn, okay, this guy's down there on that level, all right? So let's go ahead and let's get you up to that level, all right? So let's go ahead. This is going to be the double Windsor, all right? So, again, like always, the little guy doesn't move. The longer you have the little guy, the shorter this is going to come up on you, up your chest, all right? So, little guy doesn't move. Same thing like the single Windsor. Big guy comes over, but you don't come all the way around. You just come right to the back. Now you come up. Boom. Right off the bat. You just go behind it, come up. All right? Now bring it across from the back. Now you come in through the front. Now, it should look like that. Again, I'm keeping it loose. I'm keeping it loose. Should it be a little bit tighter? Yeah, it should be a little bit tighter. All right. Now, again, the little guy never moves. Now you're going to go ahead and cover all of this. Okay. So wrap it there. And like always, the same thing that you're wrapping. There's my finger right there because that is where it's going to go through. You come from the back and you go in right through there. Bam. All right, and that's when you pull down on the little guy on the back, making it tighter. Pull down on the big guy just to tighten it up. The little guy will choke you up a little bit, and then just make all the proper adjustments. Right, straighten it out, put your collar down, and make all the proper adjustments that you need to make, man. So it could look a little bit more professional. Right, I'm keeping this very, very loose. So that's the double Windsor. This is going to be a little bit more business attire. This is going to be a little bit more, you're going to be around people with suits. You're going to go out for a job interview that requires for you to tie a tie, whatever, things of that nature. All right? That's what the double Windsor is for. Like I said, you just make sure you just make all the proper adjustments. I know I'm keeping it kind of loose and everything of that sort. You guys probably see this right here. Yeah, you will adjust all that and you bring the collar down and, it'll look good, man. All right? But that's what the double Windsor is for when you need to step up the game a little bit. Orale. Now, game time's over. Game time is over, homes. All right? Triple Windsor, dog. This is for bosses only, homie. All right? When you want to knock them off their shoes, now it's time for the triple Windsor. Triple Windsor means when they see you walking down the street or they see you walking coming their way, they better back up, dog. Straight up, homes. All right? So let's go ahead and let's do it. So, as always, the little guy doesn't move. All right? The longer you have the little guy, the shorter this is going to be. Now, depending on the length of your tie, the triple Windsor may not work. It's got to be a decent size, decent length of tie for this to work, all right? Because it'll take up a lot. All right, so here we go. Again, cross it from the top, all right? Come out. You go all the way. Bam. Okay. Now you come up. Come down. All right. Now you come from the back. And come in from the front here. All right. Now, like I said, I have it a little bit loose. Okay. But look at that. Look how bulky that is. Okay. Now, just like everything, just like all the other ones, this is where you cover it. Come up from the back. Come down from the front. And there you have your triple Windsor. And this right here, look how thick that is. All right. Now I'm trying to tighten it up just a little bit more, but damn, that sucker is thick, Holmes. Okay. And you just make all the proper adjustments that you need. You put your collar down and you'll look firme, dog. Okay. Look how thick that is. That is letting people know. Straight up, homie. That is letting people know. Don't. All right, straight out. Okay, this says you mean business. You are not playing around, dog. All right, then you just throw on the hat, put the collar down, and you're freedom it, dog. And there it is. And you're ready to rock and roll. Now go out there and show them what time it is. You guys be good.